Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
All right. Order in this homosexual court. It's the Honorable Judge Jacob Schubach. Slay.
Slay? Just kidding. Yes. And the Honorable Judge Ryan Gabbett. The disputes are real. The decisions are final. And the judges are back from hiatus, but are still fucking homosexuals. This is Gay Court. Hello, and welcome back to the Gay Court, the comedy podcast where we discuss and debate all things LGBTQ+.
Gay rights.
Gay rights!
This week, the highly anticipated episode, I know you're all waiting for this. This week is dedicated to the one, the only Lady Gaga.
I'm very honored to be in the presence of so many locals.
Mother Monster. So we'll be discussing our dream Chromatica set lists, our favorite and iconic Lady Gaga fashion moments.
I'm Batman.
And we'll end with Let the Record Show, where I'm going to be giving a herstory lesson into the iconic 2009 VMAs performance that Lady Gaga put on her debut.
Her debut.
At the VMAs, at least.
And you're very excited about it. I read the 3 pages you wrote about it already.
I literally was typing yesterday. I was typing real hard.
I got the text message from you. You're like, I went in and I checked it. Oh, and you did go in.
I have a lot of thoughts about this performance and how it changed history forever. So gear up.
Gear up. We go goo goo gaga for Gaga.
We go goo goo gaga for gay.
And we go goo goo gaga for gay at Cecily's Butter Shop.
And goo goo gaga for Gaga.
But before we jump into Miss Gaga's episode, we want to invite all of y'all to be part of the debate. Since we want you all to do your fucking civic duty and be part of Gay Court, send us your emails at gaycourtpodcast@gmail.com. Send us your queer conundrums, embarrassing dating stories if you went to or plan to go to the Chromatica Ball, and just send us anything you like because we need material.
We love the material. If you don't know what to write, be sure to follow us on social at Gay Court Podcast, where we'll be posting prompts, memes, and honestly, anything we want. And this also seems like a good opportunity to let you guys know that there isn't going to be a gay lift this week because we are very gay and we just know a lot about Gaga. Therefore, we're too powerful to even need a gay lift. We also just didn't get one. So here we are.
That, and we planned this episode yesterday because we realized our post-Pride hiatus was 3 weeks and it was supposed to be 1 week.
Yeah, listen, we all learn, we live, we laugh, we love, we have a great time. Did you do anything fun during your hiatus, Ryan?
I moved. This is my new apartment.
Wow. The background is blurred. So even if you're watching.
That's my closet. There's a dresser there.
It's good for every gay person to have a closet.
I came out of one.
Coming out. I know you own a closet. Wow.
I own a closet. I own a storage thingy on top of the closet. There's a bed to my right.
Slay.
And y'all are sitting on my radiator.
Oh, we love a radiator moment.
My couch was just delivered today, but they're currently in 2 pieces on the 1st floor. I'm on the 4th floor. I'm waiting for my friends to come help me move it up the stairs. And by friends, I mean Alex.
Alex, a true ally.
Talk, Valentina. Ally.
A member of the community, but also like an ally in that he would lift a couch for you.
Yes, he also lives in the city, so it just was easier just to ask him out of all the other people I could possibly ask.
Fair.
And this episode should be out after the couch has been moved. I did get him a thank you gift. Though he said, don't get me one. I did.
Spoiler alert for Alex and Alex only.
I hope you enjoyed the Twizzlers and the berries class.
Berries and cream.
I like berries and cream.
But like berries boot camp.
Should we dress as berries and cream?
And go to berries?
No, for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Like the bob and everything.
Yeah. Ugh. We should both be Lord Farquaad.
And be on our knees in her. Wait.
Yes.
What I meant was because in Shrek
no,
the music.
Mhm.
In Shrek the musical on Broadway, the actor had to wear knee pads, and was because they were walking on their knees the entire time as Lord Farquaad.
Yes.
Yes, but I realized in the context of this homosexuality, that could have a different interpretation.
Yes, I'm glad you cleared it up. Yeah.
But would be our knees in that sense as well? Just kidding.
Anyways, during the hiatus, for those of you listening, we found that I will be going to New York City in October. And so Ryan and I will be meeting in person for the first time. Will we be having a live show? Maybe.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Should we film it at Thai Tea?
We're having a live show. It's not like a legally accepted live show. We're just doing it live. I think we should throw a party and just have a live show at a party. And like people can come up to our little microphones and be on the podcast if they want to be on the podcast.
So the party of two people, the two people being us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then other people can be the guests.
What did you do on your hiatus?
I decided that I was coming to New York. I also went to Disneyland. I perhaps wasn't sober at Disneyland. I had a great time because of that. I would say that the moment that I realized I wasn't sober was during the Buzz Lightyear ride.
I finally downloaded Snapchat and I watched your videos. Why were they so blurry?
They were blurry because I didn't realize that so I was feeling hot and I put sunscreen on, and then I rubbed my hand over the camera. And so that's why they were blurry, because there was sunscreen on it. And I realized after I'd taken probably 20 minutes worth of videos on Snapchat, I was like, oh, these are all blurry. And then I was wiping it with my shirt.
You sent me only 3 snaps.
I saved a lot of them to my memories because I was like, I don't want to overwhelm anyone. So we can go through my Snapchat memories when we meet IRL.
There is just one where it's like, this is the tavern. Why is it so blurry?
Is that what I said? Well, that's when I realized that the sunscreen was on the phone. So always wear your SPF. Make sure that you're, keeping your skin safe in the hot Los Angeles weather, Anaheim weather, wherever the hell I was, and just staying fun, flirty, and fresh. So that's been, your parasocial opportunity to relate with us. Feel free to email us if you have any thoughts. If you also went to Disneyland or if you also ordered a couch, just let us know. But in the meantime, I think we can take it to Gaze on the Case. So Gaze on the Case is where we look at something queer and we dissect it. And this week we will be discussing none other than the Chromatica Ball set list and the songs we think should be on the set list, and or the songs that were properly placed on the set list. Should we go through the entire set list or
Sure.
Okay. Please prepare for a dramatic reading of the Chromatica Ball set list.
Here we go.
1. Bad Romance. 2. Just Dance. 3. Poker Face. That takes us to Act 1, which then has 4. Alice, live debut. Replay, live debut. Monster, first time since 2014. Ryan, would you like to take us to Act 2?
Act 2, The Garden. You start off with 911, leading into the live debut of Sour Candy, leading into Telephone, and then ending with Love Game.
Act 3, The Universe. It starts with Babylon, which is the first debut, Free Woman, debut, and Born This Way. Gay rights.
Gay rights!
For Born This Way.
It's giving Glee. Just kidding.
Listen, I remember when Born This Way first came out, I sat with my little radio and I set it to Kiss 98.5, Buffalo's pop playlist, whatever. And they would play Born This Way once an hour. And I would crank up Born This Way when it came on. And then I would turn it down when it wasn't Born This Way and wait another hour for it to come on. And I just sat there waiting for Born This Way.
God, you're so gay.
Was it clear that I was gay to everyone around me? Maybe.
They're like, he's not only a little monster, he's gay.
I just like Lady Gaga because she's pretty. Anyways,
brings us back to that one episode where like Ariana Grande is saying Ariana Grande is hot.
Oh,
He's
yes.
gay.
If you say Ariana Grande is hot, you're gay.
Vegas, let me hear y'all make some noise.
If you say Lady Gaga's hot, you're also gay.
This is my Hannah Montana lip gloss.
That's fair.
All right. Act 4, Flower Queen. We start off with Shallow, leading into Always Remember Us This Way, The Edge of Glory, and then Enigma, live debut.
And that takes us to the finale called Veils, I guess. According to this website that I found the Chromatica setlist on, that's what it's called. And that has 2 songs, Stupid Love and ends on Rain on Me.
But of course, Miss Gaga won't end there because what does she do? She gives the gays what they want. So she gives us one more song with an encore. Hold my hand.
Okay, Ryan. So in terms of this set list, how many paws would you put in the air?
Put your ladders
Put your paws up.
That's on the little boy, right?
What little boy?
Or not?
I don't know what little boy you're talking about.
Well, that's now it's a Christian, like.
Oh, no. She always says put your paws up because you're little monsters.
But I was like, didn't he say that too?
He
at
did
one
say
point?
that.
Yeah.
The iconic. What the hell is his name?
Satin?
Staten L. Mm-hmm. Put your paws up. Let's get it jumping.
Put those paws up high. Very high.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it is the paparazzi video uploaded by a young fan. And he was like probably like 8 to 10 at the time. And he just had like the best energy. He recently resurfaced on the internet and is like now, I guess, like a teenager, maybe his late teens. I don't really know. And is like very dedicated to Christianity and has sworn off Lady Gaga. So we're a little upset about that. But, you know,
he's a Swiftie.
Hopefully, he's a Swiftie. Hopefully he's doing well and okay. And one day we'll stand Gaga again.
We love Gaga. We go Gaga for Gaga.
We go Gaga for Gaga. But how many paws would you put up for this set list?
Many paws. The paws would not go down, I feel like. The paws would stay up.
The paws would stay up the entire time.
She'd just be like this the entire night.
That's fair. I am going to the Chromatica Ball in September. It's my first Gaga concert, and I will definitely be paws up the entire time. That being said, I do personally think that it is a big, bold choice to have the encore be Hold My Hand. Because A, I didn't see that movie. B, that's like a ballad song. And I feel like when you do an encore, like you should be coming out and doing like vroom energy
jumps.
level stuff. Splits, jumps, grand jetés. You should be flipping and doing some like real crazy shit. Like that should be, in my opinion. Obviously, Gaga's opinion is more correct than mine. But in my opinion, it should be Bad Romance.
I can
but
see
she's
that.
like, we're gonna come swinging out the gates with Bad Romance. That's gonna be the first song on the set list.
She was like, let's take it back to my roots, aka with Tony Bennett,
Mhm.
and let's end it at a sad note so I can belt my heart out and then just go home and not have to deal with dancing again.
She's like, you know what? I'm good. She also like, I wrote in my notes, I'm just gonna go right into my notes. I'm like, there's a severe lack of Joanne and art pop on here, specifically Sinner's Prayer, track 8 from Joanne, and Swine from Art Pop. Couldn't tell you what track Swine is, but like it's a great fucking track. Like, does she have GUI on here? She doesn't have GUI. She doesn't have Venus. She doesn't have Aura. I'm like, girl, where are the Art Pop songs? That should hit #1. Like, let's bring them out.
Well, so Art Pop had a resurgence like over the past 2 years, right?
During COVID.
But could this been the set list she was planning since prior to the pandemic?
That is possible.
There was just no Art Pop because no one really liked Art Pop at the past, but then there was a resurgence.
I loved
right?
Art Pop.
But
I've always been a fan.
I know you have.
Suddenly the Coons is me. So true, Gaga.
So then I thunk that this set list might have been like pre-pandemic set list and just never changed because she's like, why change it?
She's like, I already made the decision.
She's like, I signed the papers. The costumes have been made for the past 2 years. So have the sets.
Honestly, fair, I guess. I can't wait to like really like dress up in like holographic pink and white and just like be ready to like.
You're gonna wear some moon boots?
Sure. I don't really know what a moon boot is, but yes, I will be wearing that.
I love the fact that not only is she her own opener, she has 4 acts, a finale, and an encore.
Mhm.
So basically, she was like, I'm giving the faggots what they want. She's like, they've been waiting for 2 years. I had to cancel them for 2 years. I'm going to give them a ball. I am my own opener. I need no man or woman aside from me.
Honestly, she should throw like her own Met Gala. Like she would throw it 10 times better than Anna. And honestly, the fashion there would actually probably be on theme as opposed to the Met Gala where it's never on theme. I have a lot of thoughts about reorganizing that Met Gala.
But also, the Met Gala in general is just because everyone's straight.
Exactly. The gay Met Gala hosted by Gaga.
Wasn't the gay Met Gala one of your ideas?
Yes, but then we found out that it was something else because all of my ideas are something else that already exists. It's Chromatica Ball, sure. I also want to note that she should have played Summer Boy from the Fame. It is her most underrated song ever, period. End statement. Done.
All I want is Rain on Me to end with Ariana Grande appearing from the sky or as a hologram.
When you say from the sky, do you mean the same way that Gaga jumped off of the Super Bowl stadium and like rappelled down, like the same
A mixture
spider
of
motion?
a mixture of that and then the like drone dress.
Oh my god, the drone dress. The drone dress. We're gonna talk about it in Investigates, but the drone dress was iconic. Oh god, she fucking did something there. There was a shift there.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you have to say about her set list? Are there any songs that you were like, oh god, she really should have put this on there? I can't believe she didn't include.
I mean, she included like the most iconic ones, I feel like, that everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure what else I would add or where I would add it. I just want to know what are these acts and what do they mean?
There was actually, she quote retweeted a whole thread about it where it's like, she's like stripping herself of this like celebrity and like becoming like a person. I don't fucking know what it was. She quote retweeted it.
I just want to know what The Garden Act 2 has 911, sour candy, telephone, and love game. Like, what's the overall theme?
There is a theme, and the theme is 911 is a banger. Sour candy has Blackpink in it. Telephone has Beyonce in it. I'm not putting together any of the pieces, but hopefully Lady Gaga will put those together for me.
I mean, I like how she like came off the bat with Bad Romance, Just Dance, and Poker Face. She's like, let's just get these out of the way. I don't want to do them anymore.
I 100% am. She just want to do them anymore. It took a second to process that in my head. But I think as soon as I hear ma 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 ma, I'm gonna like out of body experience, just like into the ether. Just I'm gonna be gone.
Like all 4 paws will be up. You're like in your seat, just like hands up, legs up.
Rigor mortis is setting in. My paws are all in the air.
You look in the distance, and you're like literally like floating, like you're possessed.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I can't wait for it. I truly can't wait.
Will thou be sober?
Oh, absolutely not. I will absolutely be under the influence
of many things.
Of Gaga. I don't do any illicit materials for anyone listening to this. I am a woman of the cloth. I obey every rule ever. But for those of you who aren't listening to this, yes, I will be very inebriated. I'm going with my friend Maddie, and she's fantastic, and we're really excited. This was one of those instances where I was like, Chromatica Ball tickets are on sale. I'm just going to buy 2 tickets and I'll figure out who's going with me after. And lo and behold, the first person I was like, oh, I got these tickets for Lady Gaga. She was like, can I come? And I was like, great, we got somebody on board. Let's go.
I still don't have tickets because I didn't know where I was going to be.
Because you're homophobic?
Yes. No, I like didn't know where I was going to be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
Yeah. So, but I'm not the only one who doesn't have tickets. Like Luis and everyone still doesn't have tickets either. So I don't know what their excuse is. But
better start tracking down those tickets.
I know, but one of my other friends was like, do you want to take a road trip to Pennsylvania to see her? I'm like, sure.
I actually road trip to Pennsylvania when I was in college to see Kesha, and it was a great experience. It was my birthday though, and your birthday. It would have been your birthday too. We were born the same day for those of you tuning in for the first time.
Episode 11. We've said it every episode.
We should say it every episode because you never know when you're going to get new listeners, and we want to make sure they feel welcome. I've said this before to you off the air, but I feel like we should have like a name for like the gay court fans, like jurors or like
Jury of our queers.
jury of our queers. Hello to all the queers out there. Anyways, so that's the Chromatica Ball set list. When September rolls around, I will be back on this podcast talking up a storm about this shit. Ryan will let us know when he sees it.
It'll be sometime in August, most
Yes.
likely.
Oh, we love August. August is a great month. But with that, let's take it to the next segment.
Which is Investigaze.
Slay! Slay!
Slay!
Investigaze, where we cross-examine the same theme or topic. And like we mentioned earlier, this week's theme is Lady Gaga, but make it
Gaga.
fashion. But make it fashion.
We go goo goo gaga for Gaga. We're never going to stop saying that. So,
We go Goo Goo Gaga for fashion by Gaga.
goo goo gaga, Mike Stelter, come on our podcast.
Try a new flavor. Hickory hickory from a guy.
You shouldn't say these things when I take a sip of tea.
And that's tea.
I drink tea on the podcast to keep my voice sultry and smooth.
You should probably drink more then.
I even like take like a cough drop before recording.
She has to stay lubricated.
Yes, I have to stay lubricated. And I like to think that I'm like a performer. Like I pretend that I'm like Kelly Clarkson, like going on to American Idol to like win the whole thing. And I'm like, I need to prepare. I have to have my cough drop. I have to have my tea. Does any of it change anything? No, but it makes me feel like a superstar. Gay people, and this is how we podcast. That's a little behind the scenes nugget for y'all.
Nugget.
So Ryan, Lady Gaga fashion. Tell me about it.
Fashion.
What are your faves? What are the moments for you?
Okay. We have to start off with the iconic meat dress because meat.
It was also a statement on vegetarianism.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just remember, I think it was ninth grade when it happened, right? I think we were ninth grade because I remember like walking out for PE and everyone was discussing the infamous meat dress. They're like, "Did you see what Lady Gaga was wearing last night? Did you see? I was like, honestly, I did not. What was she wearing last night? I was like, what was Miss Gaga wearing? She was wearing meat.
Physical
A lot of
meat. That was honestly one of her more stunning fashion moments, I would say, where I was just like, everyone is talking about this. Like, she captured the attention, and like the pop girlies were not doing that back in the day. They were kind of being like boring and like chill for a little bit. And then Gaga was like, let me show you something different. She really showed us something different.
So I just Wikipedia'd it because there's a Wikipedia. Meat dress by Lady Gaga. Designer Frank Fernandez. Year 2010. Material raw flank steak.
Raw flank steak.
Wait,
And-
on display at Rock
Yes,
and Roll Hall of
I was
Fame.
just about to say that. Didn't they like, I don't know, like salt it or like whatever you do to like preserve meat to it?
Oh my God, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame after being preserved by taxidermists as a type of jerky.
Oh, that's in Las Vegas, right?
No, not even
Oh.
close, bitch.
Where is it?
Cleveland, Ohio.
We're going to Cleveland, Ohio. I think Las Vegas has like a exhibit right now of like all of her outfits and apparel right now. And I'm like, that's really cool. Like, I would really love to see that.
She explained further that she was also using this dress to highlight her distaste of the don't ask, don't tell policy.
Gay rights. Gay
'Cause
rights.
You know what? Because she was like, you know what gays love? Meat.
Gaga gets it. She is the performance artist of a lifetime.
She goes Goo Goo Gaga for gay.
She goes Goo Goo Gaga for gay. We love the meat dress.
Should I just go through my 3 or 4.5, 3.5, and then you go to yours, or do you want to switch off? Okay. My second one is the Met Gala 2019 camp look, where it was that giant
yes.
pink like blob turning into that like black number into the literally just brawn panties or bikini, whichever the one it was.
4 different outfits, one pink carpet.
Four. And then her little like hair with her like giant lashes. She was serving camp.
She was one of the only celebrities who got the theme that year. Again, she should be in charge.
Hers, I loved Casey Musgraves, which was Barbie.
Imagine
I was like, I love Carly Kloss.
I was literally just about to say Carly Kloss. The further and further away that we get from that period in time, the more and more camp that it gets. And she was just very forward thinking of like how camp, looking camp straight in the eye was. Because in the moment it wasn't camp, but now it's camp. Her mind.
Carly Kloss. So I loved how she served 4 outfits in a span of what, like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she hasn't been back, has she? She hasn't been back since camp, no.
No, she did that and was like, fuck y'all.
She was like, I'll see you in 4 years. I gave you 4 outfits. You got to give me 4 years to charge back up.
She's like, this is what I gave you this. And this is what you also invited.
Mess.
She was like, I will not take this anymore. You don't deserve this.
I'm truly like, this could be her last concert that she does for a while. Like, what if she retires from music for a little bit? You know how artists do that stuff?
Rihanna,
where are you? So I'm like, I need to see Chromatica Ball.
She's just being her like Avon lady self.
That's true.
Yeah.
Getting her coins. Her billionaire status.
My third one is the inauguration outfit where she looked like she was like in the Hunger Games with that giant like golden dove on her titty.
She literally never misses. She's like, I can't think of a single outfit where I was like, oh, that's a choice.
How about the one every I have time on this? How about this one right here?
Okay, please describe to the audience what you've placed in the notes.
It's that infamous picture of when everyone's like, have you noticed how tiny Lady Gaga is? And it's her with like a 64-inch like platinum blonde wig wearing like full on just like a denim jacket with denim pants.
It's a Canadian tuxedo for sure.
Yes. And then what looks like tuxedo shoes platform because she's so tiny.
It's giving Smurfette. It's definitely giving Smurfette.
It's the most stylish gremlin I've ever seen.
It really is giving gremlin, but I love that the denim pants are like kind of like green sparkly. It looks like I don't think I've ever actually seen this outfit with her standing normally and like posing. I've only ever seen like the gremlin looking next to the really big bodyguard.
she looks like a child.
We'll post it on the Instagram. We'll put all of the like iconic Gaga outfits in a carousel so you can just see what we're talking about. But good, I also am like slay. Like if I saw this, I would say Yas Gaga.
Yas Gaga. Wait, who was that one? Yes, Gaga. Yes. It is.
Literally everyone says Yas Gaga. Yes.
No, there was like, hold on. Yes. No, was that? Maybe I'm thinking someone else.
Yas Gaga. That's like a very common phrase that gay people say.
I know, but it's from a video. Remember, it became. I know that Jacob Schubach.
I know, but like, there's lots of videos that say Yas Gaga. So I'm like, how are you going to find this video?
I don't know.
Okay, you find it. Well, I'll talk about my first fashion pick.
Okay.
So my first fashion pick is the fucking drone dress because literally, what the hell was that? So this was like, I think in 2013, alongside the drop of Art Pop, and the video is still on her YouTube channel, and it's called Lady Gaga Introduces Volantis, the world's first flying dress, and it's her making a speech as though she's like an astronaut going into space. Like she's got like a thing on her shoulder that has like a little patch that looks like a NASA patch or whatever, and she gives this speech about like whatever, and so then she like finishes the speech and she's like, now introducing the like world's first flying dress, and this bitch puts on a helmet and like walks over to this big drone that's just like the size of a tree, entirely white, and she like straps into it, and they set those little like fucking, what do you call them? Helicopter
Propellers?
things. What?
Propellers?
Propellers. But they set the propellers in motion and that bitch just like flies across the stage and everyone's just like, what the fuck are we looking at? And I'm like, this is the most iconic thing I've ever seen. Like she invented jetpacks. She's trying to promote Venus, her new single from Art Pop. And no one cares about Art Pop at the time because the girls didn't get it yet. And I'm like, this is straight camp. Have you seen this video? You have to have seen this video.
I have seen this video. It's so funny.
It's so funny.
So I'm just like, it was just kind of like,
She like goes like 15 feet and like hovers like 4 feet off the ground. And I'm just like, girl, what? The slay. It's really
her mind.
Yas Gaga out of Yas Gaga.
I found the Yes Gaga. It was like the first. Hold on, I need to send it. I'll text it to you.
But you found the first Yas Gaga ever?
Well, it's the first video in this is what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yes, Gaga, you look so good.
She always looks good. Okay, I'm pulling it up right now. Yas Gaga compilation.
Yes, Gaga, you look so good. Oh my God, yes. Gaga, you look beautiful.
Why is it giving like Bretman Rock is behind the camera? I'm like, it could be Bretman. Bretman, also another fucking icon. It's fucking
Icon.
Every time you see
Legend.
Bretman on a carpet, kills it. Stunning. Fantastic job.
Stun.
Done. I also said the meat dress, of course, the meat dress.
Wait, see? She just knew the gays love meat.
We do. Truly, anytime that she's played a piano that was on fire, if you're ever feeling down, you're feeling low, and you're like sad, just Google search Lady Gaga piano on fire, and you'll feel better. Just trust me. Just do it. Just Google it. I wrote the unicorn, but I also want to talk about the egg.
Wait.
Do you remember when she went to like whatever performance show and she had 4 strapping muscular men carry her in on their shoulders while she was encased in an egg?
No, I don't remember
I'm
that.
pretty sure this was like Born This Way era. And she was like, I'm going to hatch myself on stage. And she like
Let me Google this.
had like the birth of Gaga on stage. I'm like, incredible.
You're like her mind.
The death of
Lady
Gaga at the
Gaga.
2009 VMAs, the birth
my
of
God.
Gaga at the 2013 whenever.
I accidentally Googled it in LinkedIn and I was like, why can't I find it?
I'm going to write an article on LinkedIn specifically about the Lady Gaga egg.
You're like this.
Yes. That is the one. Why was Lady Gaga in an egg?
Because her mind said she must be in an egg.
According to Vanity Fair, it says that she once spent 3 days inside of a plastic egg to make sure that she stayed in the right headspace. Yes, Gaga.
Yes, Gaga, you look so good.
In the egg. Okay, so the last fashion moment that I wanted to talk about was just the entirety of the Telephone music video. First of all, the cigarette sunglasses. Second of all, the can of pop is curlers.
Mhm.
Third of all, the one where she's literally just wearing caution tape and is looking hot as hell in like a jail cell. And fourth, when she's wearing like matching patriotic gear with Beyonce. I was like, this is the only time I've ever felt patriotic in my life.
Who's Beyonce?
Oh my God. We're about to get canceled. Every time we have this podcast, I'm like, what will cause us to be canceled today?
Me. I would be the cause.
And not knowing who Beyonce is?
I know who she is. I can't wait for her new
Obviously.
album. Next week,
Next
we
week?
might have an extra special thing for.
Yeah. We should do like a Spotify live just to be like, this is what's happening.
Wow, Beyonce.
But yes, I truly do remember seeing that when they're like dancing after they murder people in their little patriotic gear. And I was like, that's what I want to look like on the 4th of July. And then I never did because I was, I don't know, like 12, 13. And, you know,
You'll
not
look
Lady
like
Gaga.
the 4th. You'll look like the 4th of July.
Thank
Makes me
you.
want a hot dog real bad.
You know I love hot dogs. I love hot dogs so much.
Yeah, you like to boil them, you fucking animal, you.
I boil my hot dogs, people, because it's so much quicker and so much easier than like heating up the oven, putting it in a pan. Like I can't be paid to focus on that.
The air fryer exists. And we have gone over this. We have fought over Instagram stories about this.
Yes.
But we should tell our studio audience that not only does he boil hot dogs, they're cheese filled and sometimes they explode and it's like sitting in like cheesy water.
Listen, I work a day job.
As do I.
Sometimes I'm on Zoom and I'm like camera off, making the hot dog in the boiling water. And I don't have time to like pay attention to it because I'm presenting something to a vice president or whoever. And I don't just have time to be like cooking. I mean, I do have time to be cooking, but I just don't use it for that. I use it to like watch TikTok.
You could just, put the little foil on the bottom of the air fryer, put the hot dog in there. And it takes the same amount of time as boiling it,
if not less, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get like a not boiled hot dog with cheese water.
So Lady Gaga is a really interesting artist.
What would Lady Gaga to sell you about your boiled hot dogs?
I don't think that Lady Gaga would eat a boiled hot dog. I have a feeling that she's like pescatarian as well. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I feel like she is.
I can sense it.
Sense it. She could even be vegan for all we know. But she's just a girl from New York, just like me.
I'm just a Italian girl from New York.
Granted, she's from the city and I'm from Buffalo, but like we're just both girls from New York. It's fine. So those are our favorite Gaga fashion moments. We got derailed by some hot dog conversation. But Ryan, did you have any final thoughts?
She is the icon. She is the moment, and she doesn't boil hot dogs.
Boots lay down the house.
And what are your thoughts on her fashion?
I will one day recreate every single Lady Gaga fashion moment as part of an experimental performance art piece, and I can't wait for that to happen.
You know what we should do? We should do. Remember the episode on Glee where they all wear like Lady Gaga outfits?
No, I never watched Glee. I'm not into musical theater the way you are.
You don't have to like musical theater to watch Glee.
Okay, I'll watch it on Disney Plus. They launched it on June 1st for Pride. Glee
was its own little realm of what the fuck is happening.
I've watched like the Mike's recap of like, this is what happened on the first 3 seasons of Glee. So I kind of get the gist of it, but
you need to watch it to see like the shit they got away with saying and stuff, because some of that stuff, it's kind of like, you were on Fox. Yeah, some of the stuff.
Ooh, spicy.
But also, it's just also kind of like, girl, who wrote this?
Sometimes I feel that way about TV, and I'm like, why can't I just write TV? Like, it would just be so much easier for me.
Instead of watching it, writing it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm currently watching Ugly Betty, but then I'll put Glee on my roster for the next thing that I watch that has lots of episodes that I can just turn on.
I love Ugly Betty. I remember watching the entire series in like a week.
We should get Michael Urie on the podcast and talk to him about Ugly Betty.
Should we do our whole spiel on Instagram? Hey, we saw you from across the room and we really liked your vibe. We're looking for a third host to guest star in an episode of Gay Court Podcast.
We're open to guest hosts.
We're open.
We're open. All right, let's take it to segment 3, which is Let the Record Show.
I don't know what that was.
I changed the sound effect on it literally every week. This time I'll make it Yas Gaga, just for Gaga.
Yas Gaga, you look so good.
We love Gaga.
We go Gaga for good.
Okay, I'll figure out what the sound effect is. This week's historic event in pop culture history that I put in front of the court, aka Ryan, to be added to the Gay Court history books is Lady Gaga's iconic 2009 VMAs performance. This should be started with saying, if Ryan does not induct this into the gay court history books, I will be leaving the podcast because I put a lot of work into this. I'm very excited for it.
3 pages.
Three pages. Okay, so the 2009 VMAs was literally the climax of live television. Nothing is better than the 2009 VMAs. It has all gone downhill since then. Viewership of the Oscars, Emmys, whatever, has gone downhill, in my opinion, since then. So we have to be reminded that not only is this the 2009 Lady Gaga's VMAs performance, but this is also the infamous Kanye West, Hold On, I'ma Let You Finish, to Taylor Swift over the Beyonce album. So truly iconic moments all around.
2009.
2009. What a time.
What a year. Yeah, we started freshman year of high school.
Yes. Ryan, do you remember where you were when you first saw this performance? Because I do.
I was most likely home watching it on TV.
Oh, you watched it live?
Most likely, pretty sure.
I 100% watched it live. I remember because my mom wanted to watch it because the host was Russell Brand, and I wanted to watch it for Lady Gaga. And I was
because you were what?
Gay. I was doing some project on our dining room table, and I remember as soon as she came on, I just put everything down, and I was standing in front of the TV like a dad watching Super Bowl, final plays or whatever.
You're sitting there just
yes. Both hands on my hips, just what is happening? Gaga, slay Gaga.
Was this Jacob that dressed as a hostess cupcake?
Yes, this was the year before the hostess cupcake Halloween costume, but still the same awkward gay Jacob.
Okay.
Okay, so keep in mind, Lady Gaga's 23 at this point. This is her first VMAs performance, and she comes out swinging. She wore 5 outfits throughout the night. Okay, and so the first time that she shows up in a limo with her date. Fun fact, history moment. Ryan, do you know who Lady Gaga's date was to the 2009 VMAs?
Jacob Schubach.
Incorrect. It was Kermit the Frog.
Oh, wait, really?
Starting beef with Miss Piggy like that? Iconic. For your first VMAs? Good for her. So she comes out, she's got her black dress on, she's got this black neck piece, it looks like a neck brace with big feathers. She's got a big hat that's covering half of her face. You can see her pink wig curling out from behind, and she's got a golden mask over one side of her face. Very Phantom of the Opera. Ryan, what the hell is the Phantom of the Opera? Because I don't know anything about musicals.
You don't know the Phantom of the Opera?
No. What's the TLDR?
Tis a musical about a man who haunts an opera house, falls in love with the ingenue. He wears a mask on his face like this because why? He is deformed on that side of his face. I forgot the reason why. It was I forgot if it was a fire or that's how he was born. I don't really remember. I don't really care because I don't really like the show. But he basically kidnaps the girl, and then they start a love affair. And in the sequel musical, turns out he got her pregnant.
Wait, does he die at the end of it, or who does anyone die?
No,
one dies. Boring.
No one dies, but he disappears.
Oh,
in the OG Phantom, but in the sequel, I think 1 or 2 people die, from what I remember.
I see.
Why is there a sequel? I don't fucking know. Is it good? I don't fucking know because I don't like the first one, so it's fine.
T. Anyways, so eventually the show comes to where she performs. She's introduced by Pete Wentz. Fall Out Boy, maybe? 303? I don't fucking know.
I'm Green Day?
Panic at the Disco?
No, it's not Panic at the Disco. It is
embarrassing.
Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy. Is that what I said?
That's the first one you said. Yes, you were
wow,
right.
I'm so smart. I'm so smart.
Your brain.
Your brain. Okay, so she's introduced by Pete Wentz and Gabe Saporta, and so to set the stage, there's a white chandelier in the middle of the stage. She's flanked on both sides by 2 upward going staircases. It's very Bridgerton. It's very, what's the word? Phantom of the Opera. And so she's laying on the ground in all white. She's changed outfits since her red carpet, and she starts singing Poker Face, the intro to it, and then stops singing exactly. And then she sings, amidst all these flashing lights, I pray the fame won't take my life. Ooh, a nod to the death of the celebrity that she's trying to unpack through this performance. And so she immediately goes into paparazzi. The dancers lift her up off the ground, and this woman is singing. And I'm like telling you, she is singing for her life. If you haven't seen this performance at this point, like you haven't stopped the podcast and like gone and watched this, stop, go listen, watch it, and then come back because like we're going into it. So they're giving choreo. They're like singing everything. She's like, I'm your biggest fan. They like walk her up the staircase. They take off her mask. They take off her cape. And she gets back to the middle of the stage and gives choreo. And like, this is 1 minute and 30 seconds into the performance. And I'm like watching with like rapt attention. Like what, ninth grade me? I'm just like, this is incredible. Like this is the performance of a lifetime.
And
it would have been, yes, it was art. And it would have been iconic if she had just stopped there, but she fucking didn't. She fucking kept going. She got her ass up and went to work.
Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
So I was watching the video last night as I was taking notes, and around minute 150 of the video, it pans out and shows the crowd, and they're giving absolutely nothing, which I think is the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in a video. I was rewatching it, I was like, oh my God, like, if I was there, I would be losing my mind, like going fucking crazy. And this crowd is just like bobbing along. And I'm like, can y'all get it together? Anyways, the performance goes on and she sings the iconic, we're plastic, but we still have fun. And then she sits down at a piano, slams her white heel on top of that bitch, and she plays the solo of a lifetime. Eyes are literally like rolling back in her head as she like really is like feeling the music and having the best time of her life. The fucking video at MTV cuts to Sean Diddy Combs for like 2 seconds and he looks confused as hell, which I'm like, that's how you know it's a good Gaga performance. Is like you're confusing the crowd. They don't know what the hell's going on. And this is when it gets really, really good. So she stands up and she like walks away from the piano and like she just starts to stumble a little bit. And like watching the performance, you're like, oh, is she like fucking up? And then you notice that her chest, the right side of her chest, left to the crowd, just starts bleeding, like gushing blood. And I remember watching this as a teenager, thinking, oh my God, is she okay? Like they should help her because she's like bleeding out on stage right now. Ryan, what were your thoughts when you first saw this bitch bleeding out on stage?
I don't remember exactly my first thought. I think I was just more like, huh?
Wow. Really insightful.
Yeah.
Response to it.
Just like a little bit confused, a little bit entranced, a little bit
taken aback.
I don't know what's happening, but I can't stop looking sort of situation.
Yeah. You don't see a pop star bleeding out on stage often,
not often,
if ever. And so at this point, like she's like really singing, like it sounds like she's crying and singing because like she's bleeding to death. And she like falls to the ground. She's got blood on her face. She's like really like in the center of the stage. And the dancers like pick up her lifeless body and like carry her back, like further back in the stage and like lay her down. And they like cover her up and they're like doing something to her. And it's like, oh my God, she's literally dying on stage. And like the dancers are the paramedics. Was that accurate? Probably not, but you know.
Probably yes.
And so then she's like screaming into the mic. She's like, ah! And suddenly the music just like comes to like a high point and like she's lifted above the dancers by one arm, like hovering above them, probably like 6-7 feet in the air. Her feet are from the ground. And she throws the mic down and it just like cuts the music and all you can hear is cameras flashing and you can see the lights flashing on her as she like spins around and like her face is bloody. She's got one bloody red eye contact in and it's fucking fascinating. She just stays there and it cuts back to whatever the hell the MTV Music Awards were doing. And that was Scene, her 2009 VMAs performance. An iconic, I believe, 4 minutes and 15 seconds. One of the best performances I've ever seen on live television. Couldn't name another live television performance, but that was the one for me.
It's the one and only.
The one and only performance that I know. In terms of, you know, the meaning behind it, she's said that it's a commentary on the world of celebrity. It's inspired by Frida Kahlo, the death of Princess Diana, and the public's fascination with the demise of the celebrity. And here's a pull quote that I got from MTV's website from Ms. Stephanie Germanotta, aka Lady Gaga herself. I can't do a Lady Gaga voice, but I wanted to say something.
Club, another club, another club.
Next place, plane.
Next club.
Anyways, that was not her actual quote. Her actual quote was, I wanted to say something about how the celebrity sort of has this inevitable demise that we love to watch, she said. But are we killing them, or are they killing themselves? And do they love the fame and need it, but not really want it? And why? When the cameras are there, do they shy away? But if the cameras were there for someone else, would they be jealous? So she's asking a lot of questions about celebrity and how it relates to how she perceived her career going. Because this was, again, at the start of her career, and she envisioned a world in which fame would eventually encapsulate and take her down. But I mean, what is it, like 13 years later? She's still going, and she's still doing a great job managing that persona and that public, celebrity that she has. So truly, we stand Miss Gaga. The final note that I would like to add for the 2009 VMAs before I turn it over to Ryan for his thoughts, comments, concerns, opinions, is that when she won the award for Best New Artist, she thanked God and the gays. And I would just love to say she knew that one day we'd be discussing this on Gay Court. So for me, it's 4 out of 4 paws in the air. The rigor mortis is setting in. She killed me. Slay Gaga.
Slay. All
so
day
Ryan,
slay.
what do you think about my thoughts on the 2009 VMAs, Miss Gaga? What are your thoughts, comments, concerns?
She is not in the history books. She is the history. Hold on. She is the history books, you fucking faggot. You fucking gasped before I could finish my sentence.
Okay, continue. I'm so sorry.
She is the history books.
So you say that history starts with Gaga. Everything before Gaga, we can just leave behind. Just leave behind
Was
physics, gravity, all that shit.
It's BC 80, right? It's like
before Gaga, after Gaga, BGAG.
FAG.
Formerly after Gaga. I can't think of that, but so you're going to induct Gaga into...
Yes, she has her own chapter because there are many iconic Gaga moments that we will discuss in future episodes, most likely.
Oh, 100%. Hey, court rules. Add it to the history books.
And it has her own chapter.
It has her own chapter. Fucking love Lady Gaga. Oh, she's incredible.
You little monster, yo.
Put your holes up. Let's get a jump in.
Did you see put your holes up?
Put your paws up.
Okay, it sounds like you said put your holes up.
Well, we'll cut it back in the edit and we'll see what I said. I think that, unfortunately, though, takes us to the saddest part of the show. The end.
The closing statement?
The closing statements.
Of the Gaga episode.
Of the Gaga episode. Ryan, would you like to explain what the closing statements are?
It's the saddest part of the show. The end.
The closing statements is where we offer our final thoughts and opinions about the topic at hand. Of course, this week's episode was Gaga. We go Google for Gaga. Ryan, what would you like to say in your closing statements?
Gaga goes Goo Goo Gaga for gay, and bus, club, another club, next place, plane. That is all. And there could be 100 people in the room.
And what about those 100 people?
99% of them are gay.
Mia Chromatica Ball. Everybody here is gay.
I was like, what are your closing statements?
My closing statements.
My
closing statements are ma. And whoa. And furthermore, I would also like to say I'm very excited for the Chromatica Ball. I can't wait to attend and experience Gaga for the first time in real life. And finally, I would like to say I am Goo Goo Gaga for Gaga and slay. Yas Gaga.
Yes, Gaga.
Yas Gaga. So that was the episode. How do you think we did? If you enjoyed it, be sure to find us on social at Gay Court Podcast. And then my handle is at I Got Shubak, IGOTSCHUPBACH. And Ryan's is Was Up. It's Ryan, WAZUPITSRYAN. It truly always astounds me that I can always flawlessly spell those, but I can't say simple English words. Remember, if you hear this and you don't follow, that makes you homophobic.
Homophobic.
And we don't want you to be homophobic because in the gay court, gay is the slay.
And
Sure.
Gaga doesn't like phobes. She goes Goo Goo Gaga for gay.
Exactly.
And like we said at the top of the podcast, if you'd like to get in contact with us about anything, just send us whatever you want. Please send us an email at gaycourtpodcast@gmail.com and make sure to give us 5 stars on your favorite podcast apps because it really helps us promote and deliver the gay agenda to everybody. And anything less than 5 stars is what? That's right. Homophobic.
Homophobic.
Don't be a phobe. Be a Valentina ally.
Be a Valentina ally.
Talk, Valentina. Ally.
Until next week, or until next bi-weekly cadence that we publish these episodes.
See you next time. Stay chaotic and
Don't forget to slay.
Goo Goo Gaga for Gaga.
Gay rights.
Gay rights!
Goo Goo Gaga for gay.
Gay Court is a Perfectly Done Toast podcast production.